Mr. Luo Wen, Vice Deputy of NDRC, Vice Mayor of Shanghai Municipality, Mr. Fan Jinglong, Deputy Mayor of Shanghai, Mr. Feng Fei, Vice Governor of Jiangsu Province, Mr. Deng Xiangyang, also from the Anhui Municipal Government. They will take your questions. First, the floor is yours, Mr. Luo Wen. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends from the press, good morning. It's my great honor to welcome all of you to today's presser. November the 5th last year, President Xi Jinping has announced in the first CIE that the government will support the integrated regional development of the Yangtze River Delta and has made it a national plan. Over the past year, all walks of life have been keeping a close eye on the development of such plan. There are a lot of reports around the media which has integrated consensus for this cause. I'd like to take this opportunity to, on behalf of the task force of integrated regional development of the Yangtze River, to express my thanks to all of you. The development of the integrated region is planned by General Secretary Xi Jinping and has been pushing forward in a steady manner. To carry out this plan and the strategy is crucial to the national development, optimize the development structure of China, and to activize the development of China, of Chinese economy. The development of the Yangtze River Delta is important in terms of improving the strategic position of the Yangtze River Delta in the world, and is also beneficial for the integrated regional development and also the research of systems in terms of integrated regional development. It can lead the development of Yangtze River Delta, and hopefully it can serve as a great example to the country as a whole. It can also benefit and facilitate the leverage of the advantages of this region. The plan and this outline is an important guideline for future development of this region. This outline has analyzed in detail the basic conditions and opportunities as well as challenges of this regional development, has identified 3 classes, 1 strategy, and 3 highlights. According to the plan, 2013 and 2025 are 2 important strategic landmarks, and there are 9 tasks issued. There are detailed deployment of such an outline. This outline has the following 3 features. First, it has close relations with integrated and high-quality development. In this region, integrated development and high-standard development are like 2 sides of one coin. Integration has a higher demand when compared to coordination. It is the highlight and also the biggest obstacle for the regional development. It is important for us to make economic policies accordingly and carry out macroeconomic control accordingly. The Yangtze River Delta is in a best strategic position to realize high-quality development. Therefore, the outline has clarified that this region take the initiative to transform to quality development, effective development, and the shift to new momentums. In order to realize integrated and high-quality development, high-quality development can in turn promote integration, thus forming the regional cluster that plays a bigger role in the strategic development in the national level. Second, it enhances and stresses the development of regional as well as the full-fledged development. We can carry out pilot projects and expand the scope step by step to establish functional regions, and pilot zones will take initiative in this, and the central zone will be the role model for this whole region. In this way, we can push forward effectively the regional development. In terms of full-fledged development, according to the outline, it has detailed guidance to different fields and industries, including infrastructure, environmental protection, and coordinated innovative industry system, pointing out that we should speed up the integrated regional development in terms of market regulation, and public service and environmental protection. It also has very specific guidance. The systems and mechanisms should be built in order to improve the quality of integrated regional development. We also need to integrate and strengthen coordination. Third, the demonstrated area and the new zones should be pilot projects for this region. The pilot zone for environmental protection and the Shanghai Free-Trade Zone has already been put into this plan and be integrated into this plan. And it's important for us to transfer regional development advantage to social and economic advantage. We also need to carry out the innovative industry system and in order to push forward integrated development. In this region, we boost investment freedom, employment freedom, trade freedom, and so on. And so that our goal is to make this region more influential at the international market, thus leading a new round of reform and opening up in this Yangtze River Delta regional development. I have introduced these three features of the outline, but the devil lies in the implementation and execution of such an outline. Coming up, we will do more tangible work to advance this course. According to the Central Party Committee and the State Council's deployment, as well as the requirement of the task force, we will continue to deploy all of the plans and strategies of this outline under the leadership of the Party Central Committee with General Secretary Xi Jinping at its core and the joint efforts of all relevant departments. We are confident that we will receive very fruitful results in this course. Thank you for the introduction. Now the floor is open to questions. Please identify yourself before the question. with CMG. My question is for Mr. Luo Wen. Can you tell us more about this outline? Because you mentioned that it specified the requirements of such an outline. Can you tell us more about the strategic positioning of this outline? Thank you for that question. One region, 3 provinces, and 1 highland, which means that the Central Party Committee has high expectations for it to realize integrated development. Also, it shows that the Central Party Committee is endowing this delta with new strategic position under the new circumstances. It has specified the goals and paths for the regional development. To be more specific, 1 pole means that it is meant to be one of the most vibrant development pole in terms of economy around the world. General Xi Jinping mentioned that we are to build the Yangtze River Delta economic zone to the one of the fastest development pole in the national economy. So the development pole will require that this region can encourage all of the market players to play to their full potential in order to promote the upgrade of national economy so that it can be a stabilizer, an engine that drives the national economy and improve its influence on the national economy. The 3 regions refers to the high-quality development pilot zone, modernization pilot zone, and regional development pilot zone. This is the requirement of the government. It is important for the Yangtze River Delta to push forward high-quality development, integrated development, and regional development. It should be playing a leading role in all of these courses so that it can serve as a role model to other regions of China. The 1 highland refers to the fact that it can be a new highland for the new round of reform and opening up. This is a new round of deepened reform and a higher level of reform and opening up. This is the new mission and responsibility for this region. These missions and responsibilities demand that this region can further speed up all of these pilot projects and implementation of these strategies and improve its systematic construction so that it can further enhance all-round reform and opening up and kickstart a new round of reform and opening up. Thank you. With First Finance Shanghai, my question goes to Mr. Chen Ying. You mentioned that according to the plan, Shanghai will be playing a leading role in this outline. So what specific measures will the municipality be taking in this course? The city of Shanghai will implement the important talking points according to General Secretary Xi Jinping's speech and will take a broader view and long-term perspective and will act upon the 4 base points required by General Secretary Xi Jinping and the State Council, which refers to the fact that Shanghai will place its importance in economic development, in globalization, And in the whole picture of regional development of the Yangtze River, in order to promote the joint development of finance, economy, trade, transportation, and so on, Shanghai will play the central role and empower the development of other regions at the same time. Shanghai will be playing a leading role in all of this, and can be seen from the following aspects. First, we'll focus on key areas and work with our other provinces to push forward systematically. In terms of industry development, we will be strengthening the cooperation at all fronts, opening up our financial sector further, and enhance the integration of key resources nationwide. In terms of innovation, we will organize the key technology transfer. For example, the Zhejiang Science Park will be cooperating with Hefei's Science Park. In terms of infrastructure, we will be playing leading role to speed up the transfer and also expand its global expansion. In terms of environmental protection, we will carry out joint prevention and treatment of pollution. In terms of public services, we will facilitate and improve the facilitation of public service. For example, the direct deal of settlement of emergency medical services. Second, we'll also focus on key areas so that it can make breakthroughs. For example, the Shanghai Free-Trade Zone will implement a 6+2 strategy so as to create a new modernized city and new industrial park. The ecosystem of Yangtze River Delta will also play its leading role in this environmental protection, and it can be a pilot zone for environmental protection for the nation. And also, we will be implementing the task force, implement all of the strategies, and make sure that all of the pilot zones can be advancing in a steady manner, and the major projects can advance in a coordinated way. Fourth, we have to focus on a deepened cooperation of major platforms. CIIE and other major conferences will also be held in this region, and will also focus on the spillover effect. The cross-regional cooperation platforms will be built, and they will also be playing an proactive role in this course, ushering a new era for cross-regional development. We will be also building a technological resource sharing platform. Thank you very much.
谢谢中央广播电视总台央广记者提问。我想问一下安徽省领导，我们看到这个规划纲要中
，With CMG,
发挥安徽省的这个内陆
my question goes to the Deputy Governor of Anhui Province. According to the plan, Anhui will strengthen its cooperation with other provinces and municipalities in this region. So can you make it more specific as to the provincial plan of Anhui Province? The integral regional development of Yangtze River Delta is deployed, planned, and put forward by General Xi Jinping and the State Council, and is also a great opportunity for Anhui to play its crucial role, make greater contributions in this. And Anhui has been included in the Yangtze River Delta. However, in terms of a development phase, the level and standard still lags behind our peers. The provincial government have a clear vision and recognition of such facts. According to the outline, Anhui is an innovative provinces with a clear advantage in manufacturing industry and a strong connection with the inland of China. So for us, we will follow suit the great example of Shanghai Municipality, play to our strengths, and strengthen our cooperation. And it can be seen from the following aspects. First, we will make full use of our innovative advantage, which is also the requirement, the first requirement of the outline for our province, and also the biggest battlefield for our province. We have Chinese Academy of Sciences and other 37 research institutes. We have major scientific installation in our provinces. And for 8 years, we have the biggest innovative powers in terms of quantitative telecom and chips manufacturing and display manufacture. We are the front runners in all of the fields mentioned above. And this year we have 7 candidates who have been nominated to be the academician of Chinese Academy of Sciences and Chinese Academy of Engineering Sciences. We have also built important scientific labs of high standard of the national level and provincial levels respectively. We will also be pushing forward the cooperation of Shanghai Science Park and Hefei Science Park. The key technologies is to make progress and breakthroughs in the short term. Second, we need to use our spatial advantage, realize industrial transfer, our population, and our territory takes up 39% and 28% of this region respectively. Therefore, we have huge space for industrial transfer. This year, we have introduced many external capitals, and about half of them are from this region. We will further help the coordination of industrial development in order to realize high-quality development and industrial transfer. And our Zhejiang Technological Transfer Zone will be established, and we'll also establish a agricultural product processing base where among other industrial parks, so as to build a modernized system and park clusters. According to General Xi Jinping's instruction, we have great land resources and beautiful landscape. We need to protect these precious natural resources. We will also listen and follow closely the General Secretary's instructions, protect the natural environment of Anhui Province, and fight against pollution so that our water will be clear and the mountains will remain green. This kind of joint prevention and treatment of environmental protection is also one of the important strategies in this outline. We will also need to build a new highland for external development. We have opened up the railways, and the total high-speed railway mileage will be exceeding 2,000 kilometers. Anhui is an important platform with great connections with both the Yangtze River Delta and the inland of China. We will be serving as the bridge that connects the railway system of the East and the West, and build a road network and railway network in order to realize high-quality coordinated opening up.
谢谢。新华社记者提问：我们知道，就一体化发展是区域协调发展的高级形态。
With Xinhua News Agency,
发展的要求都更高，
integrated regional development is a higher level compared to high-quality development. It has higher requirement. So, what are the goals for the integrated regional development of Yangtze River Delta of high quality? Indeed, integrated regional development is a higher form of regional development because it has high requirement. It's a key point as well as the challenge for Yangtze River Delta. In order to push forward integrated development, according to the outline, by 2025, at the end of the 14th five-year plan, and the realization of the well of society, that is the year of 2035, as two important landmarks, as two strategic targets in this timeline of development. The regional development will be making tangible efforts by these two landmarks. We will be realizing high standard regional development in terms of infrastructure, innovative industry, environmental protection, public services, and other industries. We will generally realize integrated regional development and build system and mechanism that help boost this development. According to the outline, by the year 2035, the regional integrated development will reach a high standard, and the modern economic system will be built. The gap between the urban and rural areas will be further reduced, and there will be a regional balanced development among all the areas. Interconnectivities will be improved, and the people will have a higher living standard as a whole. We will have a more full-fledged system and mechanism in terms of integrated regional development, and will become the most influential development pole in the country. At the same time, according to the outline, a number of quantitative goals were proposed as important guidelines and standard in terms of to evaluate the quality of development. The principles of such outline has made it clear that we will be implementing the 7+2 objectives, among which 7 means to promote the new scope for regional development, to strengthen the coordinated industrial development, to improve the connectivity of infrastructure, to strengthen environmental protection, to advance public services, to push forward opening up of higher standard and caliber, and so on. And 2 refers to the integrated grain development zone of the Yangtze River Delta and the Shanghai Free-Trade Zone and Chip Zone.
以上2个发展阶段的目标和9个方面的任务。
The 2 development goals and 9 tasks that I mentioned above jointly form the blueprint for the regional development of the Yangtze River Delta.
谢谢。经济日报记者提问我的这个问题提给浙江省的领导。规划纲要明确
With Economic Daily, question goes to the provincial leader of Zhejiang province. Digital economy is an advantage of Zhejiang province and can be considered a highland in the national level. So can you be more specific as to the digital development plan? Digital economy is indeed the advantage of our province. This is an outcome of long-term effort. When General Secretary Xi Jinping was working in Zhejiang province, he has proposed a goal to build a digital Zhejiang. In recent years, the provincial government of Zhejiang, under the guideline of the Central Project Committee, we have identified the digital economy as the #1 project of Zhejiang. In 2018, the total digital economy accounts for 41% of the total GDP. In the first 3 quarters, the added value of digital economy is up by 14.9% comparatively. In the 6th Internet World Conference, Zhejiang was identified as the first batch of pilot zones of the national standard in terms of digital economy. According to the outline, we will build the Yangtze River Delta into a digital region, which is an important message and for our province, and it's a great opportunity for our province to further our development. We will work with other brother provinces and municipalities to build the digital center of this region and make them construct other connectivity infrastructure, cloud computing, artificial intelligence, digital security, and other digital clusters are all in our plan. So by doing this, we can build this region into a digital economy highland of the world. So we have 3 regions and 3 centers in plan. The 3 regions or zones refers to the leading zone for industrial development of the digital economy, the pilot zone for industrial digitalization transfer, and the zone for the leading zone of technological digital development. The digitalization of industries and the industrialization of a digital economy are the important strategies. So we will build 100 fully automated work lines, workshops, and renovate 100 industrial parks, and we establish 10 billion worth of industrial development fund. We will be the first to promote the legislation of digital economy in our region. The 3 centers means the digital technology center, the new trade center, and the new design center. Zhejiang University and Alibaba will be playing a leading role together with other research institutes. We are meant to make this happen, and in terms of this fundamental, front-looking and crucial development in terms of innovative industry. We will also be building the technology platforms, promote the EWTP and its global deployment, and to build our province to a e-payment province, develop new forms of digital economy, and carry out various forms of pilot projects here in Zhejiang.
您好，我是中国日报的记者。然后我这个问题是提给江苏省的樊省长的。
With China Daily, my question goes to the governor of Jiangsu province. According to the outline, Jiangsu will be playing a major role in terms of strengthening the infrastructure in this region. Jiangsu will be will be making full use of advantage. So, can you be more specific as to Jiangsu's measure in this regard? Thank you for that question. Also, I want to thank all the friends from the press for your following closely of our development. That is indeed the focus of our province. So first of all, General Secretary General Secretary Xi Jinping has high requirement and clear guidance for our province. He has visited our province for 2 times and made important remarks on our development on 3 occasions. In 2014, December also, he made a speech which pointed out the key words in the blueprint of future development of Jiangsu: economy, well-being, environment, and social responsibility. So that has been our guidelines for regional and provincial development. So economy comes first. And in manufacture, the strongest industry in Jiangsu province. According to General Secretary's requirement, when we are making our 13th 5-year plan, we have proposed this 1 center and 1 base requirement. And according to the regional development outline, these 2 goals are upgraded to the national strategic level. So we are very proud and also feel that we have very heavy responsibilities in all of these regards in order to fulfill our responsibility and tasks. Second, this is also important, and our responsibility to build the industrial clusters in this region that is of world level, world standard. According to General Secretary's requirement, Shanghai will be playing the leading role, and all of these provinces should play to its respective strengths. So our province is strongest in terms of our infrastructure. The total volume accounts for 1/7 of the national total, which it's also the ranks number one in the world. However, if we take a look at our industrial chain, we focus more on the mid and down level of the production of the industrial chain. So in order to realize integrated development, we have to make up for the gaps and move up in the industrial chain so that we can be more competitive in the international market. We are fully confident that we can do that, and we are fully capable to shoulder the responsibility. The third remark According to the outline, Jiangsu is to transfer from a big province infrastructure to a strong province and base for infrastructure for manufacture. Since reform and opening up, the manufacture industry of Jiangsu province starts from rural industries and rural areas. So an outcome of joint effort. Take Shanghai, for example. In the 1980s, we invited engineers from Shanghai to help us with technological problems. In the 1990s, we also learned from the Pudong development zone's experiences. And in this new century, we also have transferred a lot of technological research efforts, results in Shanghai. In the 1980s, Jiangsu and Zhejiang worked closely and has created the Sunan model and Jiangsu model. So the IoT of Zhejiang and Internet of Jiangsu has been working closely and hand in hand in order to realize the win-win situation. So Jiangsu and Zhejiang has been working closely for a very long time. We also have Huaihai economic zone and the Nanjing Cosmopolitan Circle, Suzhou Industrial Parks, has been also working closely with the peer industrial parks in Zhejiang province. Therefore, in the past, we have conducted many cross-provincial development, but now this regional development has been made into a national strategy. I believe that this will usher in a new momentum for our region. The market and the government force will be working together and in a more coordinated way. It's important for us to grasp this opportunity, and this is also a major challenge for us. Our tasks are the following. First, to streamline the 13 infrastructure clusters in Jiangsu province, including IoT and electronic grid, in order to participate in a global stage. And second, we have identified most important technologies of our province, so that we can introduce these technologies to our brother provinces in the municipality. And third, according to the outline, we'll also be optimizing the spatial location of our industries. Take Shanghai, for example. We have Taicang, Kunshan, and Wujiang, which is very adjacent to the municipality of Shanghai, and they will be working closely, of course. And also now we will have the cross-river development. The north of the Yangtze River and the south of Yangtze River now are connected by multiple bridges, which will also strengthen their connectivity with each other. With Zhejiang province, we have constructed this highway from Nanjing to Hangzhou, which is also one of the most beautiful, has also the most beautiful landscape in this region. This is economic ecology zone of our region. With Anhui, we will be building the Huaihe economic zone and cosmopolitan circle with Anhui. So overall speaking, Jiangsu province will act upon the outlines and instructions of our leaders in order to make world-class industrial clusters in our region.
谢谢主持人，我是来自中新社的记者。我们注意到近日国务院批复了长三角生态绿色
With China News Agency, the State Council have just authorized the green integrated development in this region. What are the requirements and how will you implement this strategy?
建设长三角生态绿色一体化发展示范区。
To build the Yangtze River Delta Ecological Green Development Zone is an important content and also the breakthrough point in this outline. According to the outline, a whole chapter is dedicated to the high-quality green ecology pilot zone in this region, according to which this region is bound to be a role model in terms of environmentally friendly zone, strengthen its reform strategies and innovation in order to lead regional development. To further implement this outline, recently the State Council have commissioned NDRC to issue the Yangtze River Ecological Green Development Zone outline. According to this outline, the pilot zone is to become the flagship for green innovative development of the country, the pilot projects for green development, and a new example for the harmonious coexistency of man and nature. The pilot zone has already been established. Its commission and executive board committee are now in full swing in terms of pushing forward works of our front. In terms of implementation, I will give the floor to our leaders from the Shanghai Municipality, Jiangsu, Zhejiang, and Anhui provinces. I will make some complimentary remarks on behalf of the Shanghai Municipal Government in order to enter into the fast track of the regional development and to realize economic and social development in our region. We have formed the commission that is chaired by the provincial leaders of the 2 provinces and 1 municipality. And under it, we have executive committee, which is chaired by Vice Secretary of the Shanghai Party Central Committee. As well as cadres from all of the partner provinces. Now we have 5 departments under the executive board with 35 colleagues working in these departments. They are very outstanding cadres from the central committees of our regions. We will further promote systematic innovation we will also be cutting up the red tapes in terms of that hinders the free flow of resources among this region. The 2 provinces and 1 municipality is making general plan of the more than 2,000 square kilometers of territories of our region. In terms of industrial deployment, we have made clear that the industry needs to be environmentally friendly and constructed the research centers such as Huawei Research Center so that they can play a leading role in the modernization of industrial system. The system is high quality, green, and of high quality. We will also be pushing forward the ecological development of this region and strengthen environmental protection efforts. We will strengthen public service sector, including medical, and social and education, welfare, in order to improve the satisfaction and sense of gain for our residents. I think it's important for us to make translate the blueprints to tangible efforts. In terms of implementation, the biggest challenge is probably that different provinces and cities and even counties have different administrative styles and systems. This is unprecedented in our history. In the 1980s, we call ourselves the Shanghai Free-Trade Zone, under which name we have done a lot of efforts. In the 1990s, we have the Yangtze River Delta City Coordinating Committee. Entering the new century, under the leadership of the General Secretary, we have these 3 provinces and 1 city, 3+1 seminars that is held every year. However, all of these are at the regional level only. Right now, we have been upgraded to a national level strategy. It has been incorporated to in the National Development Plan. So we have to start from the grassroots. It is important for us to maximize the benefit of our regional cooperation, and also an important task for us in Jiangsu province. Governor Chen has mentioned the basic structure at all levels. However, with the systematic infrastructure, we also need people to put in tangible efforts to turn the plans into reality. We need to focus on a big picture and long term. We need to have an overall overview and also look at the big picture instead of being nearsighted. It is crucial for the long-term development of our region and also a demonstration of China's economic commitment to the world. Second, we need to look at the innovation and the tangible outcome. Shanghai and Jiangsu and Zhejiang have clear advantage in terms of innovation. Shanghai has a global vision, Zhejiang has digital economy, and Jiangsu has its advantage in manufacture. So together we can form bigger advantage and the edge in terms of innovation. We also sent cadres
给权力
to work
给政
at
策
the
给舞台
executive committee.
全力支持这个示范区的管理机制。
So with preferential policies and platform and cooperation mechanism, we can further our efforts.
示范区2300平方公里，设计的浙江呢是嘉
We
善
have
县
about
嘉善县
2,300 square meters
曾经
in territory.
科学发展示范点。那么
And
示
in
范
our
区
region, we have the only scientific pilot zone that has been initiated by General Secretary Xi Jinping when he was working here.
示范区
So we strengthen on two keywords. We highlight two keywords: integration and high quality.
最重
As a pilot zone,
还是体制机制的示范。
demonstration zone
体制机制是
is important for us to
同时
play a leading role in terms of the construction of systems and mechanisms.
去过
Also, we need to
嘉善
show
去过
the
西东
so-called base color. If you have been to Jiangsu
典型的
and the ancient town of Xitang,
特色。
you will find that this is
示
a
范区的
typical
底色
southern China town with the rivers wandering around it. So that would be the base color of our region that is ecologically friendly and environmentally friendly.
生态绿色
So high quality,
推进
integration,
建设。
and ecologically friendly are
介
the
绍
three major goals of regional development. According to Governor Chen,
一体化的领导和推进机制，
we have established an integrated leadership. One
那么对
province,
于浙江来讲，
one municipality, and two provinces have sent people and
一
cadres
是抓
to
住
form the executive
这
community
是在一体化
committee.
领导和推进机制下，我们在制定一体化的规划。
Under the mechanism,
这个
we will be
规划
making
包括
integrated
空间规划为引领，
plans,
还有若干专项
which include spatial plan,
交通、生态。
among other specific plans, including transportation
第二呢是
and
抓
ecology.
平台，就是一体化示范区当中。
Second, we also need to make full use of the major
那么
platforms.
对于浙江来讲，我们考虑的两个平台的建设，一个是
For
中
Zhejiang
心
province
嘉善现代产业园的建设，主要
The first
聚焦在
platform
数字经济
is Jiangsu Modernized
它的
Industrial
整个建设
Park,
机制就
which
本
focus
身就
on
体
digital
现了一体化
economy.
的特点。就中心大家都知道是中心苏州工业园起步的，这就代
This
表了
center
江苏在实施主体
locates in start from the Suzhou Industrial Park.
推进机制。
And Jiangsu will be the initiator in this.
创新中心。
And another platform
第三是抓
is
重
the
大
Shanghai
项目
Innovative Center.
生态
And third is that we
基
need
础设
to
施、公共
advance the major projects, especially in environmental protection, ecology, public services, and infrastructure. We need to
第
choose
四
the
抓重
representative and leading projects and introduce them
创新
in these industrial parks.
等等这些政策。
And fourth, in terms of human resources, public services, and innovation, we need to have supportive
大
plans
行政区划的
in order to further promote
自由
the
流动
cross
政策
administrative zones and facilitate the free flow of resources among this region. Last question.
谢谢主持人，我是香港经济导报记者。请问咱们这个示范区在对标国际方面有着怎样的考量？我还想问一个问题，就是咱们这个示范区打造生态绿色啊，
global vision of our region?
如何发挥大运河在这个示范区中的作用？
And will the Asian Canal play some sort of role in this regional outline? First question. In terms of our global vision, our goal is to realize the reform and opening up of a deeper form, and it's also an embodiment of our regional cooperation. We will be promoting the development of the free trade zone that is located in Shanghai Municipality, and will make it into one of the most competitive free trade zones in the world, like that's similar to Singapore, Dubai. And we will also make supportive policies and systematic reforms accordingly. The free trade zones will be learning from Shanghai Free-Trade Zone to facilitate the investment and trade. Second, we will jointly build high-quality opening up. The Yangtze River Delta will be organizing multiple exhibitions, international conferences, and construct industrial parks. And CIIE will perform its spillover effects so that it can be more influential in terms of the national trade investment. We will further enhance Hongqiao Port's functions in terms of serving the interconnectivity of our region. We will also be building an international trade window. We will further implement the inactive list mechanism and provide high-quality services for our talents from overseas. I will refer the second question to my counterpart. The protection, the inheritance, and the utilization of the Asian Canal is important in the outline. The Chinese Ministry of Propaganda have always been placing importance because the canal have been connecting major cities along the route. It has great significance in terms of history value. And of course, when it comes to the transportation function, we have made some considerations, but we believe that the bigger focus should be the protection and preservation of its historical value. And you can also consider all of these historical value as the premise of the transportational function. So in the regional development of Yangtze River Delta, it is important for us to dig deeper into the cultural and historical value of the canal. Thank you. I want to thank all of the speakers for your remarks, and that marks the end of today's presser. Thank you for coming.